All right, today's piece is Intermission 5 by Morton Feldman, also written in 1952. This one is 2 pages, and it looks a little bit more iconic. Um, yeah, I think some of the other piano pieces from 1952 were in 316 like this. But yeah, this is in 316. Whenever a measure is empty, it's a dotted quarter rest. And it's very sort of like grid-like looking, which I think is kind of interesting. And you can see a lot of like copied and pasted and repetitive things going on in it. A lot of silences. It kind of reminds me of some of the stuff in Triadic Memories, even though it's completely from a completely different point in the composer's career. Um, and I guess in terms of like what he's doing with notation here, he has really extreme contrast and dynamics in this one. So either your triple forte or triple piano, and there's nothing in between. He asks you to use the sostenuto pedal to hold this gigantic cluster um, throughout the piece, and this sort of spans F3 to G5. So like sort of like the higher vocal range of the piano. Another interesting thing about the notation is we got this use of grace notes that are suspended in amongst rests, right? So he plays with grace notes like you can have a grace note at the end of a measure that's a rest, or you can have a grace note at the beginning of a measure that's a rest. And the grace note does not need to be attached to any other note. And in the latter half of the piece, we get this high B flat grace note that just keeps repeating. So yeah, very weird looking score compared to the other intermissions. But I think it's similarly playful with its notation, and it's definitely for piano, which I think is probably the most uniting feature of the series. Um, yeah, this one shouldn't be very long. I encourage you to listen to the recording that I put in the video description, and I'll let you know what I think of it. I've never heard it before, and so far I've heard Intermission 6 and Intermission 3 and Intermission 4. So hopefully I can kind of compare it to those other works from the same year. Okay, yeah, very enigmatic, really weird ending. I don't think he uses repetition like that in any of his other piano pieces from this time. Really kind of strange way to end the piece. Um, and yeah, the dynamics really work. I like this idea of like setting up these big sounds, and then as it fades out, you have all these smaller sounds sort of populating the space. Yeah, we get four big chords, and then this stuff. So yeah, not really sure what sort of inspiration struck Feldman with this one, why it was composed like this, but this ending is eerily similar to the stuff he was doing in his late works. So I think that's a kind of interesting impulse that he went with. It's very like looking. I'm assuming the composer's manuscript was also like this, with 6 bars to a line. Um, cool. Well, maybe we're doing an intersection or something tomorrow because a lot of those are 1952 as well. You know what? I think we have a piano piece from 1952 by Feldman to look at. If I've already looked at that one for whatever reason, we're going to look at Intersection 2, which is from 1951, so a little bit earlier.